Well, with Oregon close to fully reopening the economy and Washington state reopening on June 30th, many people starting to get back to pre-pandemic activities, and that includes dating.
And some reports say with an increase in dating comes an increase in sexually transmitted infections. Joining us live to talk about it is Lena Crandell. She's a clinician from Planned Parenthood, Columbia, Willamette. Good morning.
Good morning.
What were STI levels like during the pandemic in Oregon? What did you see?
Well, that's a hard question to answer because what we did see was that there was a lot less testing going on because people were not accessing care as much. In fact, 2/3 of community health centers nationwide reported a sharp decrease in the number of patients coming in to be screened and treated. So we don't know exactly, but it is reasonable to think that there could have been a rise, as there's been a rise in STIs, unfortunately, for the last 5 consecutive years.
Okay, and STIs and STDs, I know that there's a difference. Can you talk about the different types that maybe you're seeing in our area? Is there a certain type of infection or disease that you're seeing more of?
Absolutely, yes. So HIV rates are at an all-time low, which is fantastic. However, for the last 5 years, we've seen huge rises in chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis. These infections are treatable and they are curable. And so we really encourage people to come and get tested and get treated if needed. But yes, those are the 3 specific ones that we've seen the biggest rise in.
Are STIs and STDs the same thing? Are those interchangeable terms, or is there any
Well,
difference?
I would say STIs is the better term to use, sexually transmitted infections. Some STIs, I suppose, can be considered diseases, but we prefer the term STIs.
Okay. Well, what should people be thinking about? I know people who are single, they're thinking, okay, they're going to get back out there, get on the apps again now that people are getting vaccinated. What do they need to think about as they consider dating and getting intimate?
It's a great question. So first and foremost, now that we're in this pandemic, we strongly encourage people to be vaccinated for COVID-19. Please go get vaccinated. I would tell that to anybody, but especially if you're going to go out into the dating scene, please just get vaccinated for COVID-19. Besides that, my advice that I would give anyone would be the same advice that I would have given before the pandemic, which is come to Planned Parenthood or somewhere else, get tested, make sure you get screened for sexually transmitted infections in between sexual partners. Even if you don't have symptoms, a lot of STIs do not show symptoms. That's why it's so important to get screened. Come talk to us. If you're not sure if you're at risk or not, we are here for you. You can do virtual visits now. You can do in-person visits. We have 5 health centers across the Portland metro area. And I just really encourage people, especially if they're feeling extra excited to get out there now that COVID restrictions are loosened and people have been stuck in their homes for a year and a half now, want to get out there. We totally support you in having a fun, healthy, enjoyable sex life. Just do the right thing. Come get screened. Come talk to us. Get medication for your STI if you have one. They're extremely common. There's lots you can do.
All right. Thank you very much, Lena Crandell from Planned Parenthood. And it goes without saying that even though these are uncomfortable conversations, if you have a potential partner, you've got to talk about this as well. Yeah.
Yes, and we really hope to reduce the stigma around that. STIs are extremely common. It shouldn't be something that's so hard to talk about. I know that it is for a lot of people, but really the only way to fail an STI test is to not do the test in the first place.
Exactly. All right. Thank you very much for joining us. Important information. And for more information and resources from the CDC about the pandemic, where you can get vaccinated, and information from the Oregon Health Authority, go to coin.com.